Tequila Ocho is all focused about terroir, about what the agave is providing, what the flavors of the agave are depending on where the agave is coming from. If there's terroir in wine, what about the agave? The agave is sitting there with open arms, absorbing the energy from the sunlight, the energy of the surroundings, and that is what is important about Ocho, is that every field will be different. Instead of looking for consistency on flavors, we are looking at how different can they be according to if it's oriented north or south, if it's flat, if it's hilly. The natural factors are affecting the agave all the time, and therefore we want to transmit that kind of flavors in Tequila Ocho. After 7 to 8 years, the agave will reach full maturity, and is when the jimadors will come to an agave field to be harvested. I have about 47 different ranches or different fields. If I go to the extended family, which includes my cousins, then we may have probably around 100 different fields to harvest agave from. Most of the distilleries would buy an agave field and they would come and harvest everything at once. It's kind of unique in our case because out of a particular field can take up to 3 years to harvest the whole field, because the role of the jimadors is actually to look out of that field which agaves are fully mature, are even over mature, which agaves will have the most sugar content and the most acidity, that is the important aspect for us. It's not just alcohol, but we also want flavors, and the flavors will come from the acidity of the agave. The ones that were not with that acidity that we're looking for, they will remain in that field. Luckily for us, we have jimadors that are the 3rd and even the 4th generation, and therefore they have years and years and years of learning which agaves are acceptable for us and which are not. That is the aspect that I really most enjoy, is the agricultural side, the agave fields, the nature, because that is what we are trying to reflect into the final product, is the care that we had on the plant. We have what I consider a problem with the blue agave. We have been reproducing the blue agave non-sexually for the last 150 years, and therefore we have clones. All of the agave plants are in danger because they have no genetic resistance. So at a certain moment, a disease would come for the agave plant that would kill them all. We are now involved in a bat-friendly program. The important aspect of this bat-friendly program is allowing 10% of all of our agave plants to let the quiote to grow and flower. The flowers of the agave during the day are closed. During the night they are open. So the bats will come and eat the pollen, and they will be pollinating different agaves in order to see if it's possible for us to have some genetic diversity within the agaves. If we don't start doing this now, there would be probably no future for tequila industry. It could take 20, 50, 100 or 200 years to have some effect on the genetic diversity of the agaves. I tell my daughters that I won't see the results of this project in my lifetime, but I hope that someday it will become the next generation taking care of the tequila business.